Berlin. Die Stadt hat ca. 3,5 Millionen Einwohner. Jeden Tag kommen Tausende von Touristen aus der ganzen Welt. Es gibt 778 Schulen. Nach dem Zweiten Weltkrieg, dem Fall der Berliner Mauer und der Wiedervereinigung sind in Berlin fast alle Nationen der Erde. Und fast schon ein Jahr gibt es einen besetzten Platz und eine Schule, in der mehrere hundert Afrikaner leben. Im Oktober 2012 machten sich Flüchtlinge aus ganz Deutschland zu Fuß auf den Weg nach Berlin. Sie protestieren gegen ihre perspektivlose Situation und für das Recht, sich frei bewegen zu dürfen. Teilweise wohnen sie in Zelten auf dem Oranienplatz. Andere besetzen eine Schule in Kreuzberg. Im Sommer 2013 habe auch ich eine Woche in dieser Schule gewohnt, zusammen mit ca. 200 Flüchtlingen. Heute, im September 2013, sind es noch viel mehr geworden. Ich möchte die Menschen dort sichtbar machen. Sokrates hat gesagt, rede, damit ich dich sehe.
In every country of the world, there's a German somewhere. That's what I'm talking about. They are all over the place. So I don't see where is the problem. Also, all the nations when they come here, I don't see.
Living like Germans as well.
You understand? And when we live here, we pay taxes. We go to work. You know. But we are still different from them. All we need, we don't want to get hugs and kisses. All we need is a little bit tolerance and acceptance, because we live in this is the same planet. This thing of the first world and second world and third world, this is European man make it to make their continent to be a bit higher. But if you look on the map of the world, Africa is such a big continent. But if you hear, you only think like Africa is a little country. They make it sound like it's a country. But Africa is a fucking continent, and a big, big one. Maybe 4 times bigger than Europe. So come on now, it's time for justice. Equal rights and justice, that's all we're praying for.
Okay. It's not switching.
I actually didn't plan to come to know Europe or know Germany. It just happened. I didn't plan it. I wanted to go to England. I was even in England and I see it's even worse than Germany, the way they treat people. All this, I thought Europe is a different, safe, nice, quiet, lovely place. But I came to find out that I should even have stayed in Africa in the first place and not there come to Europe. But before you realize that, there's so many years gone, and then you think, hey, now that I'm already here, the best is to do the best out of it, you know? Yes, My name is Miriam. If you like it, you call me Sister Mimi. And I'm in Germany for the last 13 years. Yes, I flew from Kenya. I didn't take no ship or no boat. Right. And I got here and I had my life experience in the East, you know, straight from Kenya, and then I ended up coming to the East. I didn't know I was coming to the East. And when I came to this side, to Erfurt, I would say, it's Halle an Zale, the Aschersleben, Schadaleben, the really funny villages there where they put black people, and they know the people there, they don't want to see no black man there. So I was there, but I didn't stay long. I found my way to Berlin. I came for a weekend to Berlin to a friend from Kenya, and I liked Berlin, and I thought I'm gonna come back to Berlin. And I came back to Berlin and I settled up. Yeah, man. I came before Kenya didn't have no visa to come to Germany, to England. You know, Kenya have good relations with Europe, and they used to, you know, we used to get visa free. We used to have 3 months visa, come and stay. That's how I came here. And then I got some foster parents, which didn't even work for me. I was really young when I came here. It was like 7. I wasn't even 18, and Germany didn't give me no chance by then. You know, I couldn't speak the language. I was being discriminated everywhere, and I didn't understand it because in Kenya we don't know racism by then. I mean, we have a lot of tourists, a lot of white people living there. So I thought it's normal to be just normal. I never took no difference between me and them until I got here in Europe. I didn't know no racism. It's something that I come to learn here, and it's really sad because that is what is happening to a lot of brothers and sisters out there. We that have different color of skin, yes.
You said to me that you had some problems at the school in Halle. What it was?
I always had the area where I went to school. Nobody wanted to play with me. Nobody wanted to talk to me. If I entered in the bus and I sit somewhere, the 2 seats in front of me and the 2 seats behind me, everybody will leave. And I was like, I don't understand what that is, you know. But after some time, then I came to find out, oh, there was East and West. So by bad luck, I came to the east side. And that's what exactly is happening to Germany, that black people are being sent to places where people are already depressed, so they think it's the fault of the people, of the foreigners who come to the villages they live. It's because of them they are suffering, but it's not because of their suffering. Wir sind alle Opfer eigentlich. Ja, so ist das. If you can do it, then we can do the pancakes.
Yeah.
Are you alright, everybody?
What is it? Spiritus.
We are all victims of the system, black or white.
You was beaten at the school, you said. It was...
It's not once, you know. And you can tell the teacher, you can say anything. I mean, come on, it's a school who have maybe like 200-300 kids and you are the only black. What do you expect? You are minority. In the middle of majority, and that's, you can imagine. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. I think it's the last one. I think it's the last one.
No, there's one. It's here.
This is enough, no?
Yes, no.
Yeah, not too
Thank you.
We have no problem now.
You have no problems anymore?
Yes, I thought about going back to my country, but I thought, hey, if I go back, things will never change in this country, you know. They have to, it's the high time that Germany and the rest of the Europe, not only Germany, the whole of Western Europe especially, that's where racism is even more hardcore and is being hidden down. It's the high time that Europe should know that it's globalization. They wanted the globalization. So don't look at globalization in terms of money. You have to see also the globalization is happening between human beings. People move, and there is nobody who can stop people from moving because that is our nature.
Listen, tell them. Judgment day will come, that day will come.
We're gonna migrate, whether here or there or America or wherever anybody. But migration, they can't stop it. So it's the high time that Europe sit down with all these countries and ask themselves, why do we people decide to come over here? Why do we come to Europe? But the government of Europe forget that. They go there, take the piece of land and plant plants for their people, but then the African children have to stay hungry. This is African diaspora. This is Africa diaspora. We don't deny it. But why does corruption exist in Africa? Asia is corrupt. Africa is corrupt. I don't know where else. South America is corrupt. Why are they corrupt? They are corrupt because the Europeans come and give them deals and business. We know it too. We see it in the Champions League and everywhere. We know about it. So the corruption starts from here. And then it goes down to Africa. It's not the other way around like the way they put it. Like corruption is only in Africa. Even here in Europe, Western, so-called Western Europe, the corruption is there, big time. We guys, we can organize ourselves that we do everything in this school by ourselves. If it's cleaning, if it's taking care of each other, you understand that everybody is there for somebody, you know. you're always ready for the listening, and then we can organize also that we can clean, or you know, some group do this, some group do this, you know, without being to force ourselves. Just it's our village.
أنا عايز أضيف لأنه زي مثلا إذا كان ده مدينة حقنا أو هنا البلد بتاعتنا، نحن نعمل يعني في مجموعة ممكن نعمل في حاجة، في مجموعة يعمل في ده، زي في المدرسة مثلا ممكن نعمل نظافة، ممكن ناس بيعمل حاجة، نخلي مكان يكون مكان.
But if you work here, for example, by helping, this is an institute and a village, so nobody can come from there and say, hey, why you working here? You don't have paper, because this is our village.
إذا كان نحن طورنا نفوسنا بتطور، أنت ممكن تشتغل هنا وتدخل حاجات أو تصلح حاجة، ما في زول يجي يقول لك يا أخي أنت اللي شغال هنا، لأنه ده مكاني وأنا شغال فيه.
That's what I was saying, it's globalization, so they have to accept it, not only the products, even the human being, that we're going to move from place to place, because even those days of colonialism, they came to Africa, they didn't need no visa, they just came in and did, yes, I'm sorry, I'm being straight, but take it or leave it, baby. But they came, they didn't have to ask no visa. They came in and find out all the treasures in Africa. It's been going on for quite long as we can think, and everybody knows this. We don't need to repeat it. And so I wonder if, let me take an example like in Mali. In Mali they have the uranium, and everybody knows they have copper and uranium. So uranium brings a lot of money, but check out how much percent does Mali get and how much percent does the so-called French master, the colonial master, how much percent does he take back to France? And that's Europe. We shouldn't forget, that's European Union. How much percent they take back for the, how much they get for the France, and how much does the Malian government get, and how much does the local people get, because this is their land, they're entitled to the profits of that, or from their resources. But we don't see that. It's Europe that is killing Africa for we to come over here, and then when we come here, we don't even have peace. We are not even recognized. They even deport people, and deporting somebody in Africa is mud. I repeat again, deporting Africans back to Africa, this is you killing them. Because European Union know it very, very well. They made some deals with, example is Nigerian embassy, that every fucking person, excuse me for my language, that every African they accept, they get 500 euros. And that's fucked up. And that was with Angela Merkel and the Nigerian embassy thing there. So you guys deport people to Africa, and then the government of Africa is waiting the person on the other side.
I can write something.
Yeah, my name's Simeon. You see, where am I from? I come from my mother's pussy, and I was born on dry land. No, all I know is what I hear. All the stories, what everyone else is here, is just the stories. Me personally, I have no personal experience, which is what I like to speak about. And I don't really never had really much problem. I've been in the jails, I've been everywhere, and I've never really had that much problem at all with Germans. Das ganze Gegenteil eigentlich. They've always been quite, even the Nazis, they've been quite nice to me actually, and respectful. And they used to give me books. See, books that I've never found in bookshops to read, and pass it to me in the jails, and they were really educating books. I have to thank the Nazis for that, because they were very great books, books I've never seen in any bookshop. And and amazing information they used to pass indirectly to me. So we had even correspondence with me myself with Nazis in the jails, and actually when it came to to begegnen, to meet whatever, there was hardly any other problem.
You can say that it's possible to speak with everybody, like with Nazi too, and they understand.
I've been in jails where I was alone in a cell, and it's like a cell for 6 people, and all of a sudden like 3 or 4 people come in, and one of them, like, they're all like Nazis, and one of them's like 2 meters tall, and they came in, and I thought hell was going to break loose. And they came in, and especially the big one, about 2 meters tall, he came over to me, and he brought out a packet of tobacco and a packet of cards and put it on the table. That's how we started. So that was my confrontation with Nazis in the jails. I'll tell you, it was, I don't know, maybe it was my character, but I've never had no really bad experience with them.
Me, I had one time.
Not at all.
I had one time, I was in the train. That time they had a walk-and-end ticket. You could take a train for 5 people for 25 euros. And that time I remember I took the train and I took the wrong one, because I took one train full of football players and they had lost. So they was really angry, and it was only me and one African guy. I didn't even know him. I met him in the train and I thought, oh, all these white guys, so I have to go and sit near the black boy, not knowing that could have brought us trouble. And now when we got in the train, these people, they lost, I think, 3-0. And I heard somebody saying it, and we was like sitting down, and the drunken ones came, and they started to attack the black boy and this African boy, which I didn't know. I saw him the first time in the train. And I was like, what's going on? And they say I had long braids, not rasta. Now I have dreadlocks. But the ones I had was twisted, like with the plastic hair. So they started pulling me, and I had a collar, bottle collar, and they beat this guy until his eye came out. Yeah, this is ancient. I don't know what the fuck they did to him, but he lost one eye. So me, I had a collar. I was buying it in Magdeburg, Hauptbahnhof. I had this collar, the little one with the bottle. And I thought, man, I have to protect myself because I see what just happened to my friend. So I broke the bottle, then I had like weapon, and I kept saying, anyone come? They was getting me with everything they could throw on me, bottles and all this shit. But I kept saying, if you come, if you come, I kill you, because I saw my nigga is laying down, everything is bleeding, and hey, what could I do? Then I said to the woman from the train, call the police, please call the police. The woman don't. So what I did, I pulled this red thing, you have them on the train where if anything happens. I pulled it and the train stopped. So the woman said, why did you do that? I said, I told you to call the police. Look at that man there. He's laying down, his eye. We didn't even find the eye. You understand? And then when we came, so the police had to protect us when we came to the Hauptbahnhof. Because they say there's a black woman and she's really wild. We need to attack her when she's coming out. So when we reached there, luckily the police was there. So the police had to escort us. And remember, I was only like 4 months in Germany. So for me, I was really shocked because I never experienced something crazy and wild like that. So before I could realize it's about color, oh man, they could have killed us. So I brought that bottle and I said, come. And they attacked me, pulled my hair because I had long braids. Pulled me, but Jah give me strength. They didn't manage. After we got to the Hauptbahnhof from Halle and Zale, a lot of police had to come and escort us to the police station for us to stay there until the Nazi people go away. And they waited for us like 6 hours, man. They was really up to getting us, but they took the guy to the hospital. So I didn't know what happened after that. The story just, by then I had a tourist visa. So they really don't look at it so serious. If some Nazi beat you, a lot of tourists get beaten too. But you don't have time to be in the country until the prosecution comes. Because what happens in Germany, especially if they know is right-wing violent from the Nazis, they always keep the case really long in the, you know, put it so
Germany's
long,
image,
prolonged.
They want to clean Germany, a clean image.
They don't want the image of Germany out there to look that it's bad. But here something is going wrong.
They got Nazi in their blood.
You understand? And this is wrong. It shouldn't be going like that. Because they put finger on China, that China don't care about the human rights. But exactly here, it's happening. You break in human rights when you send Africans back to do some deportation. No, not even Africans. Anybody Germany deport, you give them death. You push them to death. You vanish their life. Yeah, they don't care. They're in the office. They can sign, take this motherfucker back home. But they don't know what's happening to you when you get over there, on the other side. You know what I mean?
For sure.
People go crazy, man, after they come back. What happens to the people they deport back? They get in real big problems unless the family have the money to buy you from the system, I mean from the deportation case. But if you don't have nobody waiting for you over there, then some certain countries, I'm not sure if it's all of them, it could be even all of them, they could put you in court saying, oh, you go and spoil our country's name in the Western Europe. Because you see, a lot of countries, they are the main place for the Europeans to go and do their holiday. Yes? So if you go and come and take refugee and then they take you back, so you will look like a sellout. Like, oh, you are bad, you go and talk against the country. But whatever we're saying, everything is happening. Everybody knows what's going on in Africa. And it's the high time Europe should open their eye or stop closing their eye, or I don't know, do some magic or some miracle. And you try and work with us Africans. You've been stealing from us many years. So when we come here, we don't want to harm you. We want to learn and bring what we learn over here, because you people came also to Africa and you learned some certain things. So why don't you open the gates? Because we didn't close no gates when you guys first came until you started to come and slave. Take some slave from Africa. Yeah, it's not fair, Europe. Europe, I'm talking to you. I don't know you're a man or a woman, but please leave. Yeah, Europe princess, you're princess. I have some business. I'm the queen of the mountain, so I need to talk to you and tell you, let my children who are already there, those who are here, give them the stay.
Okay. I don't have time. Now I'm getting. I don't know.
I support the project because I can exactly feel, I know what I went through, so I can imagine in some sense, not everything, every individual make their own experience, but for my experience, I know how it feels, I know how it is, because when you come to this country, the first impression you have, wow, everything is sorted in its space, everything, but everything have a system here. Anything you need, you have to go through steps, you know, and this, we don't have it in Africa. So for me, the first impression was like shock, you know, because I have to go this bureaucracy, which we don't have so much, because in my country, corruption is #1 anyway. Anything you want, you buy it by money, cash money, you know? Yes. you know, this is, it's a bit political, but I'm gonna talk about it, discuss about it. And when I was in Kenya, we had a president. His name was President Moi, yes. And he was running the country. For me, I was a kid, but I knew something was wrong. And from knowing that something was wrong, I knew I had to get out of the country, because that time, even if you went on the street and you say, fuck the president, they would put you in jail for that shit. So that made me think twice. When I was young, there was so many crazy shit going on, you know, like some politicians missing, somebody get killed, you know, in a misery way, which makes me feel like the government was behind it. So anybody who tried to protest about President Moi was put either to jail or was killed. That's the way it was until he got out of power. He stayed in power almost 33 years. Since I was born, I never knew another president. It was him. But things have changed. He came out some years ago, maybe 10 years ago, oh no, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, I'm not really sure. But Kenya got diplomatic, but by then it was only one-party country. And anybody who was not for the president, was against the president, or was opposing the government, was kind of, you know, oppressed. And me, as a young youth, we used to organize ourselves against the pressure out there. So the best thing was for me, my mom told me, it's better, girl, you go out of the country, because they started to give problem to my mother, because I was really protesting and demonstrating, and that is something in Africa. By that time of the president, it wasn't even easy to go on the street. Everybody feared, because the police force was really heavy, and yes. This is first world and this is third world. No way. This is the European people make it like that. I'm sorry, man. I live here. I have seen the system. I know what's going on, man. We are there. We are between you people. You guys bring us here. We get a lot of knowledge. We learn from you. So when we kick back to Africa and see what's going on, you know, you people know, the system know, the government, especially the government. You have some good German guys out there who help when necessary, because they know what happened in the history. Yes, I see you. For the human rights. And all we need is some respect of a human being. Just, you know, to respect every human being on this planet Earth, because it's only one planet. If God wanted to make third world and first world, he could have made two planets, but he made one planet. But a normal human being come and change, say Africa is third world, Europe is first world, America is second world, or whatever. I don't know, but all I know is Africa is third world. But Africa is not third world. Africa was the place where the humanity came from. So what did humanity bring for Africa? Pure separation. Children die of hunger. Why?
No tengo mi visa, nada, qué bueno. Aparte de eso,
ya tu visa para
have something deeper and deeper.
It's really important.
It's very important for all of us to be here tomorrow and to see how we can deal with things. You know, we are not here for theory, we are here for practical things.